It is becoming an unhealthy obsession. Hello, my name is Stephanie, and I have a new ADHD hyperfixation. I've always liked wooden toys. In fact, I have some wooden toys that my mother had purchased for Kieran before he was even born, and I loved them because they have really been extremely durable. That being said, I did not know how far the wooden toy rabbit hole goes. I was not aware that they made wooden animal figurines. I wasn't aware that they made wooden peg dolls that look like little humans and everything. You can basically turn them to anything you want. And it is becoming an unhealthy obsession because it's not cheap. I just got this one in the mail, which doubles as a stacker toy. It's pretty cool. But oh my gosh, the colors, it's so cute. And now I have joined a Facebook group for people that collect wooden toys, and they are bad influences in there, let me tell you. Now, I am not rich by any means, so I have to DIY some of these things. And it has already started, okay? This is gonna be a little grandma because I wanna make a bunch of Little Red Riding Hood peg dolls because Little Red Riding Hood was one of my favorite fairy tales as a child. I used to wear my Little Red Riding Hood cape every morning for breakfast, and my mom would be like, "What would you like for breakfast, Little Red Riding Hood? I know you have such a long walk through the forest to your grandmother's house today." So it's like, this is a sentimental collection that I'm going to be making. I was really worried at first because I've never painted in my life, but it's actually turning out extremely fun, and I am really excited to do some of these dolls for a lot cheaper than they would be for retail. I was actually testing out the paint on this unfinished snowman first. He has a round butt, so he couldn't stand up, so I had to hang him on the KitchenAid. He still needs another coat of white, but I think he looks pretty good. It's the finer details that are a little bit more nerve-wracking though. All in all though, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I'm really excited to watch my kids play with these when they're finished. It's gonna be a little while for Thora though, because she wants to eat everything, but you know, once the paint is fully cured and all of that, Kieran can have at it. Oh yeah, yesterday Kameron and I made salt dough ornaments out of our kids' hand and footprints. We have to redo Kieran's because I made the dough a little bit too thick, but Thora's came out fine. And I just painted around the impressions with some gold. And there I have her name and the year on it. But I just thought that would be such a cute tradition. I'm kind of sad I didn't think about this for Kieran's first Christmas, and I didn't get his little teeny tiny hand and foot impressions, but oh my god, it's just too cute. Ugh, I'm gonna trim these. I swear to you, laundry is the never-ending story. Just pulled these out of the dryer. Then we were in the middle of folding this load at night and we just got too tired. And then we have blankets and whatnot hanging on the chairs. One day we will be caught up on folding laundry, probably when the kids are out of the house. So my family came into town from Utah for Thanksgiving, and it was really wonderful. We decided to totally unplug and just spend time with family, do a bunch of fun things. And I already shared it on Instagram, but we pulled out my mom's special holiday dishes and used those for dinner. I haven't seen those dishes in years, so it was really nice to pull those out and just share a meal with my family with those sentimental pieces. We watched some horrible movies, one called Zombievers. Oh my god, it is the best, worst horror film. We also decorated some cookies. Kieran did not care for the cookies at all. He thought they were poison. He's very much like his dad in that respect. He's not really a sugar person unless it's chocolate. That boy loves chocolate. He knows the sound of the wrapper. I was opening one the other day. He came running and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't open these very often, but he knows that sound. It's like ingrained in his memory. And he comes running with this huge smile on his face. And I was like, do you want chocolate? And then he enthusiastically exclaims, chocolate! I'm like, oh my god, okay, I have to give it to you now. Speaking of chocolate and sugar and all things that are inflammatory, mistakes were made. I had gluten and I had sugar, and it wasn't that I even had a large volume of food that had these ingredients in them. It's just that I had them at all. I literally puffed up like the Michelin Man, and it hurt everywhere so badly, and I've been eating only meat for the past few days, and the inflammation and pain has thankfully gone down a ton. It's still there, but I have to basically do a carnivore detox to get like this excessive lymph out of my system. Normally, if I have a treat, it's like a couple of days of inflammation, but I had some treats for a few days, so it's probably going to be at least a week until I depuff, as it were. It's crazy because, like I said, it wasn't like I had a large volume of these types of food. It was just that it was there at all in the food. No wonder I went so many years in so much pain. Holidays are good little reminders, though, that I still cannot eat these foods. I did get all of my blood panels back. I looked in my patient portal and everything has completely normal values. Literally everything. So I'm a little frustrated because I have all of these symptoms that feel like say, like postpartum hyperthyroidism, where I'm just sweating constantly. I go through like 4 t-shirts a day. I'm just sweating like a beast, and all my thyroid levels were normal. Everything else, my metabolic panels are normal, my lipid panels are normal. I'm just so confused. I do have a follow-up next week with my doctor to go over all of the results and to talk about maybe any further testing. Maybe I need to get my hormones tested, like my testosterone and my estrogen and all that jazz. Maybe I need to see an endocrinologist or something just to see where those levels are at, because this sweating is going on for too long. I will say, now that the temperatures have dipped down, I feel a lot better. I'm not sweating nearly as much. I don't have like that horrendous postpartum BO nearly as much. Sorry if that's too much information, but it's been a lot of laundry. We'll put it that way. I mean, you see it everywhere. I don't know if any of y'all saw the double stroller that we were using earlier in the vlog, but we just got that from a Black Friday deal. It was like $50 off, and like an actual $50 off, not they inflated the prices and then dropped it so it's like $5 off. I had been watching it for a while and it was actually $50 off, so we grabbed that because we do want to take the kids to Disneyland sometime next year, like earlier in the year while it's still cold. I know they say not to take your kids to Disneyland until they can remember it, but I kind of just want to have that experience with them, because you never know how much time you have with somebody, you know? And I didn't go to Disneyland until I was 21 years old, so I want to start taking my kids to go have fun, you know, especially before we move out of California, whenever that ends up happening. We also want to start going on our 2 to 3 mile walks in the morning, and while Kieran definitely does a good job on our 1 mile walk, at some point he wants to be carried, and understandably, he's only a little over 3 feet tall. He can't keep up with the 6 foot tall people, but it's time, especially now that it's cold and real cold in the mornings, for us to get our walks going and get healthy. You know, what else? I think we got most of our Christmas shopping finished for the kids. I did order her fabric for her stocking. It did say that it was shipped yesterday, so it should be here hopefully soon. It is this adorable deer that has like a bunch of Christmas lights in its antlers, and I think it's gonna look really cute with Kieran's fox stocking. Anyway, Kameron just came up here and told me that we need to go on our morning walk, so we're gonna go do that right now. Let me know what y'all did for the holidays and whether you got your Christmas shopping done during this Black Friday week / weekend / however long Black Friday is now, because it's no longer just Friday. Oh, you chatty little thing. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.